So the next question is, how do I get started with my family? And what I was thinking of when I was listening to this, today's obviously we're recording this on Monday, so it's MLK Day.
Right.
Very easy. As I look at MLK, it would have been very easy for everything to be so big that it just doesn't start. Mm-hmm. And it's really incredible look of, even though it was big, he did start. He started in small ways. So looking at our life, looking at our culture, it's very easy to be intimidated and be like, it's so big, it's not even
way
worth
we can take it on. Right.
So how do we get started?
Yeah. Well, the key word, I think, is intentionality. This is kind of a confession. For many, many years, Diane and I lived in a home with our family, and we knew the people right next door to us. We knew their names, but we really had no interaction with them at all, other than just saying hi and having some occasional conversation. That's a big part to do with electronic garage door openers, and you go drive in and you close the door and you're completely lost. But over the last 3 or 4 years, we have begun taking baby steps at trying to engage our neighbors and being intentional about that and learning their names, and then beginning to say, okay, how can we invite them into our home, into our lives? When they invite us, we go, and that's really important. And I think it starts with being intentional. But I know you've talked to Seth about this as well, and so I know he's got some great things to share. Look forward to hearing what he has to say as well.
Seth, we already spoke with Pastor about it, but I wanted to come get your perspective because I know you're particularly passionate about this. You're also involved in the missional communities here. As we look at this whole message of Romans and this idea of America's not in a great place right now, and we're really struggling with where we're at, especially as Christians looking forward to it. It's very easy to feel overwhelmed and like we don't even know where to start. One of the questions we got was, how do I start this with my family? Where do we go from here? I just wanted to get your take on it.
I think it's really about consistency, a daily walk. Okay. It's not a big, huge program that you're going to institute with tons of planning, with something that if you have to check this thing, you can't go to the next step. I think it's a daily walk. You see an opportunity to be with your family. You could go into your separate rooms or do it separately, but let's do it together. Yeah. Let's go do our errands together, and on the way, let's talk about what we see, the people we see, and what a blessing they are to us. Or what food are we going to get to fuel our bodies to serve God? I mean, everything, the little things that we're doing throughout the day that are pointing to service, that are pointing to what God has planned for us, what He's doing in our life right now, and just those little intentional daily things.
And that ties in. Pastor said intentional, and he took it more of a route of how can we be intentional with our neighbors and start loving them and caring for our community. But I love what you're saying about being consistent, because it's easy to be intentional once or here, or get super pumped up when you hear a message. But I think lives change when we're consistently intentional. And so that same intentionality, it's nothing huge, it's nothing massive, it's just every day in small ways. Reaching out to your neighbor, loving your family, and letting Christ work in your life daily.
Yeah, our missional community got together yesterday, and we were just praying for each other in our community, and I encouraged those, a lot of the junior high and high schoolers and the families were just sitting there, and they're participating. But some of those younger ones, I encouraged the families who had younger kids to hold them on their lap while they prayed. They may wiggle, they may talk a little bit or need to go to the bathroom or whatever, but that's life. That's just that rhythm of being with Jesus and being together. And kids see that and are part of that. And it's just another opportunity to show them what a life with Jesus looks like. And instead of letting them just go play upstairs, which they would be fine, but sometimes that rumble of kids is an okay thing. Because that's life. So.
Jesus cried as a baby. Jesus wiggled as a baby. So I think we should be okay with it.
I'm not sure it was a silent night, per se.
Exactly. The baby did make a peeper, So thank you so much. Great thoughts. Look forward to more questions next week. Keep checking our Facebook. We'll be putting videos up throughout the week.